Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining. This video is my opinion and shall not be used for financial advice. All right, let's get into what the big new gear shifting that Iraq, the new direction they're going. Okay, so here's what we have. Right now, Iraq is in the very last steps of setting their stage. Okay, they're soon they'll be meeting with Iraq and Baghdad and Kurdistan will be meeting to resolve their differences on the oil law, Article 140, in preparation to get all their numbers dialed in and agreed upon for the 2020 budget. So, and articles are suggesting that they're very close to having agreements reached, if they have not already possibly reached, like secret agreements. They don't always tell you everything in the news. But anyway, articles do suggest they're close. So, here's the new direction. As Iraq is finishing setting the stage, they're at the point where they'd be finished setting the stage for the citizens, kind of by the end of August. Okay? Notice how they start releasing brand new articles talking about the deletion of the zeros, how that is being used as a tool to control the inflation, and then when they do delete the zeros, meaning change the rate, they'll be releasing smaller notes or smaller categories along with coins. Okay, well here's the key. What that is, guys, is they're doing that to educate the citizens. That's an education step for the citizens. But my point to you is now I gave you my opinion or my personal target date of 9/21, 9/22, okay? And notice how Iraq just put all these articles out roughly 30 days before my target, okay? What they're doing, guys, these steps, this level of education can only be done at the very end when they're about to do this. That way it's fresh in the minds of the citizens, okay? They have to do it when we're close, and so they can keep it fresh in their head, so when they reach that point, they'll know the meaning of it, okay? So guys, this is huge information. What you're seeing on the deletion of zeros and how it's used as a tool to control the inflation, and then when the rate does change, how they're going to be releasing the lower denoms along with coins. That's an education step for the citizens, but my point is that can only be done at the very end. Just like the Article 140 and the HCL, okay, how they're setting the stage for that at the very end. And notice how they're doing. I've told you guys these are steps that can only be done at the very end. Notice how they're doing it in very close proximity to the timing of the formation of the government in September. Okay? You guys have an amazing day.
Democrat, Baghdad is ready to agree with Erbil, posted by Walter, August 20th, 2019. Date of edit: August 20th, 2019, 23:19. Baghdad, Euphrates News. A member of the Kurdistan Democratic Party, Sobhay al-Mandlai, Baghdad's readiness to agree with Erbil on the zeroing of crises. The Kurdistan regional government is working to resolve all disputes with Baghdad and reach the stage of zeroing crises, he said. He added that the government of Adel Abdul Mahdi is ready to agree with Erbil as it is in the interest of all of Iraq. The president of the Kurdistan region, Nachirvan Barzani, visited the capital Baghdad on his first visit outside the region after he took office officially, and met upon arrival to Prime Minister Adel Abdul Mahdi and held a meeting in the presence of a number of ministers from both sides. Political sources confirmed that the visit comes to renew support for the confidence of Abdul Mahdi, the head of the government of the region, and discuss the files of oil and gas and the continuation of sending salaried staff in the region. In addition to the status of Kirkuk, it is hoped that a high-level delegation from the regional government will visit Baghdad in the coming days to reach a final agreement on the oil file and financial dues of the region. The KRG is counting on this delegation to resolve its problems with Baghdad, posted by Walter, August 20th, 2019. Tuesday, August 20th, 2019, 11:32 a.m. The Kurdistan Regional Government, KRG, said on Tuesday that the region's delegation, which will visit Baghdad, will be a top priority on the issue of the oil agreement, which lasted about 16 years. The spokesman for the regional government, Gauchir Adel, in a press statement, that the delegation of the region, which will visit Baghdad, will be a top priority issue of the oil agreement. He added, Baghdad cuts the proportion of 250,000 barrels of the budget allocated to the Kurdistan region is sent only the amount of 452 billion dinars per month. And Adel, that the Kurdistan Regional Government has a full intention to solve the problems with Baghdad, including the delivery of 250,000 barrels and resolve all financial assets permanently end the crisis of this file, which has been going on for 16 years. A Kurdish source told Mazi News earlier that a high-level delegation including Peshmerga Minister Shoresh Ismail as well as Peshmerga officers and leaders will visit Baghdad in the next 2 days. The source added that the visit comes for the purpose of meeting with the Ministry of Defense to discuss the file of salaries allocated to the Peshmerga, amounting to 68 billion dinars per month. After adding the salaries of the Peshmerga within the formations of the Ministry of Defense, he stressed that the second file to be discussed is the reconfiguration of the Joint Operations Room between the Army and the Peshmerga to fill the security gaps in the areas of contact between the two forces in the disputed areas after increasing violations by ISIS. The MP of the Patriotic Union of Kurdistan, Bakhtiar Shahways, earlier, the two most important files to be carried by the delegation of the Kurdistan Regional Government of Iraq to Baghdad, which will visit in the coming days. Shahways said that the delegation of the Kurdistan Regional Government, which will visit the capital Baghdad in the coming days, will discuss two basic files, namely, the oil differences between Baghdad and Erbil, and the draft budget 2020. He added, work is continuing to come an agreement and find an appropriate solution to these two files and other files, because the two parties agreed earlier to settle the differences rather than deepen. He continued, in the coming days before us a round of negotiations and the Kurdish delegation will visit Baghdad in order to reach a solution to the differences, and I think that the views between the parties are close.